We are chatting with the new voice of Monday Night Football, ESPN, Steve Levy. Steve, first of all, congratulations. Is it going to take some time to get used to that introduction?
Yes, I really enjoyed being the preseason television voice of the Broncos there for a couple of years. And listen, I'm not fooling myself. Those reps certainly helped me with NFL football and getting me into this spot. So, everybody says you take it a game by game kind of thing, day by day, and that's obviously the way I'm doing it. Let's check back in 5 years and hope everything's still the same in this crazy world we live in. But right now it feels pretty good, and I can't wait to get going again for the second consecutive year, the opening night game with the Broncos.
Yeah. Now, we heard that Brian Griese was on top of a mountain when he got the text message. How did you get the news?
I've been checking the phone quite often. I am not the hiking type. Much more of the city folk compared to the country mouse that Griese is. I was one of those guys. Hey, I'm checking the phone, and this was going on for a long time. There were rumors and all sorts of potential. And look, ESPN obviously had to wait. We didn't know what was happening with college football, and you want to talk about living day to day. And can you imagine our programming people just waiting to see? We had Korean baseball on the air, and just you couldn't know from day to day what was going on. So while I wanted to know what was going on with my immediate future, I had to understand that ESPN's got a much grander scheme they're dealing with. And in essence, I was small potatoes there. So we sort of waited our turn. And when the phone rang, it could have gone the other way too, right, Phil? It could have been, hey, sorry, Steve, better luck next year. But I was very pleased to get the correct phone call. It was great.
Steve, I know it's not about the booth, but when you think about the history of that Monday night booth, I mean, you're talking about guys like Mike Tirico, Al Michaels, Frank Gifford. How does it make you feel to think that you're next in line there?
Yeah, Phil, I'm not going to lie to you. I Googled the list. I wanted to see. The number is small. There's only one seat, right? And that's what makes it the impossibility that I always thought it was until now. There's only one play-by-play seat for Monday Night Football, right? There are lots of network TV spots for all the other NFL games, but Monday night still sort of has that cachet to it. So that's a little daunting. I'll be honest with you. I'm not ready to put myself in that class, in that category, those names, and quite frankly, I don't think I ever will be. And if Mike doesn't move to NBC and Sean doesn't go to Monday night, then I don't get to college football 4 years ago, and then I don't get to this spot now. So it's kind of a great lesson in life, certainly in our business. One door opens, another one closes, or vice versa. And so that's sort of how we got here. But I am extremely fortunate. I feel like I've been really put in a position to succeed. My feelings for Griese. Louis Riddick is really, as far as cerebral football minds, Riddick and Griese, I put them at the top of the class of any of the ESPN NFL broadcasters. And, Lisa Salter, she's the rock. She's back for 9 straight seasons. It's an eternity in our business also. And John Parry's back for a second year explaining the rules. And believe me, I'm going to lean on him for a lot of that.
Lisa's not going to be on the field, though, right? She's going to be somewhere else in the stadium?
Sideline reporter is really a first-row reporter this year. They're going to develop a moat. I mean, that's what they're calling it. It's a moat. They're going to leave the front row of all these stadiums empty for all the network television personnel. And so, injury updates and, hey, look, everything's going to be different this year, brother, right? I mean, just everything. I think all of us, we're going to have to be, patient and step back and say, you know what? We are just happy to have NFL football and college football for that matter too. But we're happy to have football. It's going to be different. It's going to sound different. It's going to look different. And just take what we can and hope for a smooth, healthy, full season of NFL football.
One other thing that's unique about Monday Night Football, that booth, is that there's 3 of you guys in there. What's the challenge of trying to coordinate between everybody there?
And socially distant, right? I mean, so that's the thing. If I'm 6 feet away from Griese, I'm 12 feet away from Louis Riddick. Now, listen, I have no idea what that's going to look like on camera. I don't know how far back the lens can pull to try to get us all in there. I'm going to try to get the score right and worry about the 2 teams that are playing. So It's a challenge. I'm used to, hitting grease in the arm or something, or bumping into him or knocking into him, or he's going to be a little further down the road. And again, there's going to be challenges, but my real goal, Phil, is that the audience will not know any different. That is my number one goal, that those who tune in to watch Monday Night Football will think it's just another season, and that there are no restraints based on COVID-19 or anything else. We're gonna give them the best possible show we can, and we know there's no grace period. No one's gonna make any excuses for us, so we can't do it either.
Well, we're very much looking forward to that Monday night opener. Missed you during the preseason, so what do you think about this matchup? This is a pretty good one to start out.
It's great. I mean, you could make the argument that the Titans were the hottest team in the postseason. They kind of came out of nowhere there, and people forget. Hey, they know about the road victories in the playoffs. You go into Foxborough, you go into Baltimore, but they were up 10 on the Chiefs, right, in the championship game. So a brilliant season, and honestly, I maintain, the Broncos probably had the top 5 off seasons of any team in the NFL. So I love the matchup. If you believe what the people in Vegas say, I think they have it as a pick'em game, and you can't get any closer than this matchup, the Titans and the Broncos, and that makes for good television. And I think it's important to get off to a good start, really, especially, I think, for Denver. The slow starts continue to kill them, and I know everybody's hanging their hat on, hey, 4-1 down the stretch and Drew Lock, but that's when all the pressure's off, so let's see you do it when all eyes are watching and it really counts in the standings and you're in the race like everybody else. And I think it's a real marquee matchup in terms of the football games on opening weekend. I think it's among the best matchups we could possibly have.
And Monday Night Football has a heck of a schedule all season long, so excited to see that.
Yeah, we do. We think probably the game of the year, if you could pick one regular season game of the whole league, is Chiefs-Ravens for the obvious reasons, and we have that week 3. So the execs are very happy. Our suits are really pleased. I think they said it's the best Monday Night Football schedule we've had in over a decade. Now, it's on paper. You don't know how it's going to shake out. Our last game of the year is Buffalo at New England, which very well could come down to winning the division in that game, although some people all of a sudden are high on the Dolphins too. So it should be a really exciting, unpredictable NFL season.
I'll get you out of here on this, Steve. The Broncos started 0-4 last year. You mentioned the offseason they had. What do you think are some expectations for this Broncos team now that you've done some studying here?
Better. That's my expectations. Better. I'm not ready to say playoff team, although if the extra wild card's going to help anyone, it's certainly going to help a team like the Broncos. And, if you believe the Chiefs are the class of the division, and that's the division spot, teams like Denver and certainly Oakland and the Chargers as well, that extra playoff spot will benefit all of them. But it's really time now. It's time for 500 or better, or even a winning record for Denver. I know they've experienced, this win slump like they've never seen in franchise history before. The 4 difficult seasons, another new starting quarterback to begin the season, new play caller, obviously not a first-time play caller in Denver, but obviously with plenty of experience in Coach Shermer. So I think expectations are high. They have to be much faster on offense. I think we thought the defense would be better last year, so maybe it will be this year. And, the tight end, which has been really a problem position, could be a strength now for the Broncos. There are a lot of nice pieces. But again, the pressure is going to be, I think, on Drew Lock because it looks like he has the supporting cast. 2 standout backs who are going to push each other. So, listen, if they're not at least 500, the Broncos, probably 9-7, it's a disappointing season, I think, and that's good. The bar's been raised.
Yeah, expectations around here are as high as they've been since winning that Super Bowl. So, Steve, thank you so much for taking some time to chat, and congratulations again.
Thanks for having me, Phil. As always, we'll see you this weekend. And bundle up. I heard it's a little chilly there in Denver today.
Yeah, a little bit of snow right now. Kind of weird.
Reese's all worried about his tomatoes or something like that.